We're fixing to get started on the core work here. I've got my help waiting on me, and I've also got Mr. Walt Grayson, and he's going to be videoing some of this as well. Walt is, for those that are out of state, you're not going to know. Well, you might know him. He has a series called Mississippi Roads, and he's been doing that since what?
Since I was a boy, it seems like.
Yeah.
For about 25 years.
Yeah. But Walt works for Channel 12, and he's out here with us today getting some video, and I'm honored to have him. Not sure how much sand we're going to need in these, but now, as I said, this is the core box, and it's going to be we're going to be able to pull it apart with these two pegs. Now, I got a lot of you guys that are new to my channel that are not going to be familiar with that part of the process, but this is sodium silicate, and we're going to take that's going to be a binder that we're going to use for our sand. We're going to mix that together at about, I'm going 7% today because I didn't get a chance to cure this sand, dry it out, so we might have moisture in the sand as well. Once we get that mixed and rammed into the core box, we're going to be able to gas it with CO2, and that'll harden it. From there, we're going to take it out and put it in the kiln and dry it at about 200 degrees while we make the mold and get this knocked out.
I got some great advice from a whittler one time. He did great little whittling. He was a night watchman. I think his daughter had died a long time ago, and he liked being off by himself and just doesn't like to be bothered with people, but he did some great little whittling. And I asked him about, is this something that just anybody could pick up? He says, oh, sure, so you can get your piece of firewood and cut anything you want to out of it. It'll still burn.
I need a skinnier bucket, don't I?
Why do you need to weigh this?
Because we want to add 7% sodium silicate to the mix.
Yeah.
So we have to weigh it out the closest we can. It doesn't have to be exact.
But it's not the kind of thing you want to do by eye, though.
Right. 27. So if I go ahead and round it off to 2,800, tell you what, 28, 3,000. I didn't round that up to 3,000. I got to add 3,000 before I.
Oh, that's right. You got to make it 3,000.
And it was 20.
Was it 28? Was it?
Yeah, I think it was close to 28. So, let's see. Watch my scale top out at 3,000. No, it'll go on past it.
Good.
We said 210?
210.
Yeah. 3210.
Now, what is this you're adding?
Sodium silicate.
And this
is the binder, and it will react with CO2 once we get it mixed and round. In the core box, give a little more.
Okay.
And what that will do is harden it. So I'm basically just gonna get all this to look like brown sugar. If you ever feel bad about your day, you can come and see how ours goes.
I feel better about myself.
So right now I'm just compressing it, getting it as dense as I can. They recommend you don't over gas it, but it's never been a problem. As long as you cook the moisture out of it, which we will do next, that's the main thing. We had a mold explode on us back when we were first using sodium silicate molds. And, you know, it's a bad thing. You overgas it, that does develop moisture in there. You'll see it in these lines. That's the outside, which matches or corresponds with a pattern. The interior detail will be on the back side. And that's the core. That's the interior of the capstan edge.
Yeah.
So guys, I've already introduced you to Walt, and I wanted to show you all this background noise that's being made here. But this is my buddy Sean. I've shown him on my channel several times, and Eric McDonald, James Kilroy. Everybody knows James, and then and Eddie here was helping me on the first attempt. There's no room for error today. We're possibly out of CO2 now, so we can only use those cores once. We're going to make this work. Kilroy, are you going to run the mullet?
I'll run the mullet, that's fine.
All right. Just wanting to get these edges filled up the best I can. When you do this, you got to go all the way around. You don't want to focus just in one spot. You want to evenly distribute the pressure.
And
that stuff really polishes up good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And that helps keep us from springing any leaks.
Yeah.
Get that hole started. Let's make sure this is going to pull level. Yeah.
Kilroy, K-I-L-R-O-Y.
Okay. And James, where are we from?
I live in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
James, you're doing a good job on the
Thank you,
singer.
sir.
Yeah, I'm impressed too.
They ran into each other shortly thereafter.
I want to get it as close to the middle on one, 180 degrees from each other.
So y'all fly.
Now, I'm not too worried about it, but
Okay.
we can do that.
Remember,
Because that's going to be our new bottom side, right?
Yep. So once we get it up on edge,
Which way are we going to go? This way?
we'll just pick it up and lay it that way. But before we get it all the way over, we'll need to release the ratchet.
Right.
But I would like to have it leaning that way to keep the gravity from the other upper part.
right?
Kind of pushing down as we break the ratchet.
Oh, we got to get it out of there before we lay it on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we flipped it on over.
So this is, oh man, yeah,
Released.
sure did.
Came
How about
that
it?
out.
That's really slick.
The only thing is, I'm worried about it. All
Banging up when we.
Or dropping out.
right, go ahead and
Amazing, Clark. Oh, that slipped out of there this time?
hopefully it works out well when we get ready to take the other piece off. But now, there's a good chance this is going to stick to that.
Right.
So is the strap all the way out of the way?
Nope, it is not. Hang on. That's not a good idea right there.
All right, just let it ease on down. Yeah, don't grab the upper flask.
No, nice and slow.
Yeah, no.
A little bit more.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
There's a tappity tap 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 fly.
And she's always like
Oh, yeah.
tappy tap tap.
Yeah.
And
That's look.
Ooh. That's what I was afraid of. You know, as much as I hate to do this, we can re-ram the lid. It's not that big a problem. The parting line's already made. But we got to flip-flop this thing several times because it's going to be poured sitting like this.
Oh, so you're talking about we put it back in, go ahead and ram this
Ram this side.
take it back over.
And that way, I don't have to worry about that breaking anything when we got to take it off. Because if it'll stay in the core last, then we can reassemble it upside down.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had talked them down to $400.
Did you say what it was for?
It came out of a foundry. It said foundry on it.
Okay. Okay.
I just can't see.
Okay.
Okay. Come on.
Hold on, you didn't drill your hole all the way through.
It's not supposed to.
There we go. Hold on. There you go, you're on over here.
Okay, I'm on.
All right, we're going to let it go straight down. I got it.
Wow. Wow. Man.
It's not round. That's great. Yeah.
I also like making my own food. Yeah. Place.
Yeah.
So he ended up spinning it back around. He goes up in.
Yeah, that's fine. You got a guy with 3 fingers on his head calling that long enough. Been working in wood shop? But you can sleep to them all. I'm betting, you know, if I had a cot, I could sleep to that like nobody's business. Just,
Yeah.
like a train. You know?
Yeah, but after a while you'd wake up and say, "Hey, that sounds too dry."
Yeah. That's some water to that. Roll over.
Yeah.
This is the dangerous part.
No, I
When he
know it.
fires that death machine up over there.
Yeah.
I see a lot of YouTubers struggle with their audio, microphones and things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to run this right here to right here. All right. I mean, I'm going to tighten the little crap out of it. Might need the shovel under that cleat just to get us
Started.
get us a place to get our fingers under it.
There you go.
Wow, you need this block of wood.
Yeah.
Bozo.
Got it?
Nice and slow. It's not that bad.
No. All right, so
Could be worse.
Well, it might, yeah. Probably good.
we're going to lean it over a little bit before we release the ratchet.
Oh, so all the weight will be down.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, ready?
Let's come on over a little bit more.
Come over. Up and
Yeah, let's lay it down a little bit more, just to, all right.
That bird's tight.
It is. That's good. She's coming.
Get it. Everything out from under us.
Yes.
All right, so we're just gonna ease it down.
I don't need to be pulling on that part. So.
No, nothing other than the very bottom.
Yes.
All right. Whew, looking good. Doesn't matter. I think we can manhandle this one. This.
So
part
we
of
gotta,
it.
we gotta what? We gotta pull the top.
Yeah,
off the pattern.
we got to dump that and re-ram it.
Yep.
Right. The rest of it should stay in place. I'm gonna see how.
Ooh, that looks tight. Hold on. Oh yeah, we're gonna dump that.
I can imagine.
What? I'll give her credit. When I called her, said I need you to bring the truck out here, she did it. I've got a 50-ton hollow bore interpack cylinder. I said, you know, you want me to go get my... I told him I wanted a cockroach one. He started off with a black cat as his logo.
Yeah.
Do a small batch, but then he thought, there's not enough humor in that. I want people to turn it over and freak out.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
So, it's a big flume, probably about, I don't know, 150 feet long.
So I'm going to take this And I'm gonna set it right there where y'all are standing.
All right. What's that?
The top section. I'm gonna try to balance it and keep it.
You don't want to pack it anymore.
No.
You don't.
Okay.
So you're gonna cut your sprue first?
After I take this off.
Okay.
Looking good. Go slow. Go slow. There you go. I don't want to tell you how good that looks because it's just going to jinx you.
Yeah. After I cut my sprue.
It's tight. It's a tight bitch. You going all the way through?
Yeah.
We had some tough sections. We were building on some sections that were nearly vertical. And so we had some tough sections.
Yeah, we'll weight it down just to make sure. Cause I want that to come out last. That'll be enough to hold her. Now I'm gonna pick this up.
Yep.
And I'm gonna come back to me and set this on edge, and we'll take the bellows and blow it out.
Damn.
Let's wrap it a little more.
So,
Are we right? That's the right side, right? Yep. Yep. There we go.
Cool.
Come on back.
Wow. Man. Wow.
Okay, which way does that go down?
this way.
Okay.
So we're reassembling it upside down. So I just need y'all to guide me on both sides.
That looks,
All right.
that looks really good, Clark.
So far.
Yep.
With pepper spray once.
Wow. Really? That'll get their attention.
Yep.
I can just hear him now.
That really burns my
I had.
One every now and then is not bad, right?
Sure.
But every week,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
that just gets in the way. On four-wheel drive, that's expensive.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like stepping in it.
Pull down on this side. There you go. Slide it on. Uh-oh.
You're kidding.
Huh.
Man, that's...
What about sliding? Is this one down?
Well, I already wiggled it to try to
Oh.
do that.
You got plenty of room there now.
Yeah, belt's under.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going in. Perfect.
Really nice fit.
All right.
Want your mallet? Yeah, I'm kidding. Wow.
Looking good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of feature in there, isn't it?
Let's just hope it stays in place as we roll it over, right?
Wow.
That's a lot of sand to snap off. There. It'd help if I get my crane over this with it. thing. This is where the spreader bar is supposed to come in.
Yeah, because we're gonna have to get it past our
So we can't flip that,
pins.
not in that position.
Okay,
Then we can just flip it over
Yeah.
to the back side.
Uh-huh.
Go nice and slow. Come on, baby. Stick with us.
If you take the tension off, I've got it.
Gotta come down just
Alright.
a little bit.
Yep, I got it.
Gravity was not your friend.
No, can't, yeah.
It sucks.
All right, so let's.
You wanna let it roll on down?
Yeah.
We'll go very, very
Here
slow.
goes the test, huh?
Yep, I got this side.
All
This.
Let's just come down slow. Don't want any popping and snapping, that's all.
Yep.
Does it look like it's gonna hold?
So far, so good.
You seen any chunks fall off,
A little
Sean?
bitty, but that was out of the, off the rim.
Okay.
What?
We'll head on over with it and see if it'll. Am I high enough?
Yeah, you're
Yeah, yeah, high enough.
You're plenty high.
Right, we're going higher. Whoa! Hello.
Okay, we can go straight down.
Yep, shot higher with the level.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Just make sure we.
We're a little bit high on that side, but
High on my side.
I
just a
got you.
touch, but
Okay.
there's not a lot you can do now.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to.
I
Yep.
can pick it up a little bit, that's not a problem. I'm lined up.
So ain't I.
That crane is not exactly straight over it as far as your pulley is concerned.
I'm in my hole.
As long as you
Okay,
get the.
I'm in my hole now.
Yeah, okay.
You got the pins in.
Got the
Yep.
pins in.
Pins are in.
Come down nice and slow. The eagle has landed.
Got my finger underneath it.
I'm
There
out.
we go. My finger's out.
Can you do without that one?
I could. I would absolutely let him leave that finger in there.
That's all right, Dave. I'm throwing it straight over there.
Okay.
There's going to be somebody asking, why do I break these rotors? They won't fit in the hole in the furnace in a whole piece, so we have to downsize them.
Push together. First, we come on straight down.
All right.
Okay.
There you go.
Perfect.
Bring your end too. There you go. Mold's still hot.
A little warm. Felt good on my hands.
Watch over your head. Stay out from under that. This thing's too heavy for what I designed it for. try to keep my coarse sand out of there. If I can't. Well, my friends, this is the first attempt to pour the capstan, and it looks good. Honestly, a little grind and clean up, and it would look acceptable on this side. But we ended up pouring short on this. I miscalculated. And as a result, we have a pocket sucked in right down the middle. I can't let this go like that. It's possible that that can be machined out with no problem, but I worry about what we call wormholes all in the casting. So what we're looking at is one of the two gates we had in here. And right here, it's hard to see, there's a tiny little hole. That tiny little hole could grow as big as a carpenter bee tunnel. If you're familiar with those going in the lumber, it could get up to a ½ inch in diameter in places, which can compromise the strength and integrity of this casting. We would never send anything out that was questionable like that. So if you're wondering what we're going to do with this particular capstan, I've been trying to figure out a way to repay my guys that are coming out here on Saturdays to help with this project. So we're going to grind it, get it all pretty. I want to paint it black. And I want to put a brass plate right around here in this region. We're going to make this available on eBay. So you have the opportunity to own one of the two capstans that were poured here at Windy Hill Foundry for Tally-Ho in your own living room. I think it'll be a beautiful piece once it's finished, and we'll probably make a little stand for it. The proceeds of that will be divided up amongst my help and myself evenly, and my little part will go towards construction supplies. So for those that are new to the channel, if you're wondering what the insulation, the 2x4s, the new 2x4s around the building are, that's what that's about. We have, our long-term plan is to go ahead and get this all sealed up where we're doing all the molding in this area. Right now we only do the Petrobond. The pouring bay will all be cleaned out to where it's a 12 by 36 pouring line. I used to have a lot bigger pouring line, and because of the construction I've had to condense it down to a very small area just for now, and we're going to open that back up. I also wanted to be able to give back to my help. These guys are driving quite a distance. Even James Kilroy, he's driving the longest distance, and he's coming from Vicksburg, which is about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's like a 3-hour trip for him when he gets stuck in traffic like he did the last time. So yeah, it's my little way of trying to give something back to these guys. So if you guys want a chance to own one of the two only examples of the capstan, this will be your opportunity, and I will announce that later when I list it on eBay. I'll give you the heads up where you can know when to look for it. So while I'm here, I would like to address some comments, some decent comments. I ended up removing several. You know, there's a lot of these guys behind keyboards that are 10 foot tall in their mom's basement, cutting in sometimes, throwing out insults, and I have to remove them. But keep in mind, I do pray for them. I pray that they were only closer where I could get my hands on them. For the rest of you guys, you've been very kind, very considerate, and understanding, and I appreciate that. Keep in mind, these videos are shot on Saturday, every Saturday, and it's taking, what, 3 Saturdays now so far to pull this together and get everybody coordinated. Monday through Friday, we're focused on our regular jobs coming in and out that door. We are steadily molding, pouring, grind, clean up, shipping, and the process repeats all through the week. That's what we're doing. As Saturday hits, we're focused on the capstan again. So it gives me very little time to prepare for this. And don't forget, I'm editing the videos as well. I had one guy that was asking about, would it help to have a 3-point system? Yes, sir, it would. It would definitely help. And at the time I was thinking, all right, we got enough guys here. We got 2 points, and as long as we keep the other plane level, we'll be all right. And honestly, even a 3-point system before we ended up slicking that pattern wouldn't have helped. It would have broke the mold. For a large number of variables that we had to run into and see what's going to work here, what's going to work there in order to get the perfect mold made, which we do have now. It's sitting right over there, and it should have already been poured, but our crucible busted, and you'll see that next week. But yes, 3 points of contact would definitely help. And what would even be better is if I brought my old machine back in here. I had a machine just for these big molds. It was a die lift table that's hydraulic, that had a swing arm that I welded onto it, and it had levelers. So you could put that on 4 points of the cope, tighten it, snug it, drop the table out from under it, which is lowering the drag from the cope, and you could do it in little increments. So you could see, all right, so I'm putting more pressure here. I need to push the leveler this way and level it back out. It took up room the whole time it was in here. It was rare that I ever used the thing because I always tried to avoid taking real big jobs like that. But it was very handy, and it would separate the drag from the cope with ultimate precision. It was very good at what it did. The truth is, we don't make a profit on those big castings. We're not charging enough for that. When you factor in all the grind and cleanup that goes into it, along with all the sand that has to be molded for the process, as you've seen with this, it's not feasible to do those. So we have a standardized flask that we use that covers 95% of all the requests we get. And I'm happy with it. I can handle each one of those molds by myself. They are kind of heavy at times, but you know, it's within my limit. I'm 57 years old, guys. I'm not getting younger, so I have to make sure I take care of myself and know my limits. So I do take on specialties like this project. I don't mind every once in a while, as long as I got help. But I'm not going to be in the habit of doing this all the time. So I have a lot of people that are telling me how I need this and that to do this job. I've probably got it, but it's not practical for our business to use it. And the only time we try to spend money is when we can make money with it. So I'm very careful in that sense. Well, guys, you have a good week. I'll see you next Sunday. For those who have been asking about the Windy Hill Foundry hats, these are now available on my website, windyhillfoundry.com, under stores, or you can click on the above link. These are on the pricey side, but keep in mind the shipping is included. Have a good day.